Welcome to Jack Dodson's Racing Insider News this week. We got a full house in here. We got Atley, Weise, we got Mark Wertz, Big Dave. Then we got the boss lady, Miss Terry, over there. So we got a packed house tonight. We're going to tell some stories about Dave, and we're going to talk to Atley. Then the big race this weekend.
Big race.
Yep, we got the inaugural winner here.
Yes, we got the defending champion here, but I don't know if he's going to be defending it.
No.
Oh, okay.
So let's go through our marketing partners. Got to thank Langley Speedway, Performance Plus Motor Oil, Safety Clean, Black Acid Apparel, Factory Cannabis. They give us. Oh, look at that. See? This one. No, right? These nice chairs that I just saved from spilling on my pants.
All the stuff in it. See what? This is why I'm looking for a new co-host.
I promise you, I know it spilled sauce on my pants.
I know, right? Dang on, that's terrible. Good thing the screen's up, right? Nobody can see it from there. Oh, yeah, they could.
Yes, they can. They can.
MPM Marketing, Pepsi, Bando Brothers Distillery, GAC, Great American Company. We got to thank Virginia 811, NC 811, Blackwater Station Grill, and
Don't forget Papa John.
And we're presented by Papa John's. Can't thank them enough for ruining my pants tonight because I can't eat.
You're correct.
I was hungry, so thanks to Papa John's. And so we kind of start off the show in a little different direction. I don't know. You want to do the news?
We'll do the news after.
Okay.
We have Al here. We can talk with Al about the news when we get to that point.
I know we're going to take the first few minutes and talk about Dave Millard. There's a lot going on. There's a Facebook or a GoFundMe page. So if anybody would like to, there's no small amount. If it's $1, hey, that's more than $1 than they have. Of course, there's, if you want to make it bigger, that's great. He's been accepted to the, let's see here, the Shepherd Center in Atlanta, Georgia. They can start, they'll have a bed open for him Thursday. So they have to pay for a helicopter ride, I believe it is, from here to there. So, obviously he's going to need a lot of help, a lot of financial help. Anything you can do would be obviously greatly appreciated. Even if you wanted to give it to me or Jack or send it to us, or you can go to the GoFundMe page. We'll make sure it gets into the right hands.
Right.
But we'll talk a little bit about Dave. Dave's listening. They've got him listening, and I'll tell a funny story, and then we're gonna have Tommy Sweeney. Tommy said he could take up the whole show.
Well, we're not letting Tommy take the whole show.
but I'm sure he's got some funny stories too about Dave. I'll tell you one for us last year. Me and Dave were sort of debating on after qualifying or before qualifying where to put the new tire at. He wanted to put it on the right front, and I said the car was already too free when he put it on the right rear. And I won, and then we went out for qualifying, and Sweeney can attest to this. When your spotter's coming over the radio and the tone that they talk to you, you can tell what they're thinking, and it was Euro qualifying, and man, I thought I was getting it. At least I thought I was. Dave says you might as well pull it in. And I'm like, why? He's like, you're slow. So I just pulled it in, and when I come in, I was like, "You do whatever you want to do. I am not. Don't listen to me anymore." So with that, let's pull Tommy on here, and let's hear some of Tommy's stories. What's up, Tommy?
What's going on?
So what kind of funny story? What kind of story you got for Big Day or for Dave?
So the last couple Super Street races that I ran a few years ago, I know you were talking the other day about how he's always just calm, cool, and collected on the radio. Well, the race that I got taken out on the last lap while leading, of course, I'm over the radio screaming. I'm sure people in the stands could probably hear me screaming, and Dave's just on the radio just calm, cool, and collected. Well, that ended the race for us. I'm ready to rip somebody's head off, and all he could say, well, that ended the race for us.
What's it? That must be the difference between you and me, because I'm usually that calm one, and Dave's usually the one that kind of gets wound up a bit.
Oh, no. Dave knows he's got to keep me calm because I'll come through the car. And actually, he was the crew chief on my Grand Stock when I got my first Grand Stock win. And the race could never end to me, and he's just the same old mellow tone Dave. Keep doing what you're doing good laps. And I'm thinking we're running 500 laps because the race ain't never ending. And I'll never forget, after I won the race, Bobby Spivey was real mad at me.
Well, that's not unusual.
He said I chopped down on him. So I went to Davey. I said, Davey, Bobby's pissed at me. He said I chopped down on him. Nah, he didn't. He won't there. He won't there. So we went back and watched the video. He said, maybe he was there.
Did you win?
Yes, I won.
It don't matter, dude.
That's it.
Don't matter. It don't matter at all.
But man, he's just, like I said, there's stories upon stories that I've went on family vacations with him, and of course, they put me in champ carts, and I was running the champ cart with him these last few races. He's just he's a great all around guy. He takes a lot of pride in whatever he does, and he's gonna do it to the fullest. Or he ain't gonna do it at all.
Well, he didn't take a whole lot of pride because he took Scott Allen under his wing.
Well, I think that's one of them miracle workers, I guess he wanted to be.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. You work with Scott, you might as well be a miracle worker.
Make chicken salad out of chicken shit.
I thought you were gonna get you one Saturday.
We won't quite there. If it was one or two to go, I'd have been a little rougher.
No, you didn't need that caution.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the things that I like most respect about Dave and the family is, man, like how much of a family-oriented family that they really are.
Oh, without a doubt.
I mean, they do every damn thing together. I mean, you don't see one without the other. I don't care if they're going to the movies, if they're going to the escape room. I can imagine. I can imagine when they did that escape room, what that was like in there.
And Dave's he loves music, and the more he drinks, the more he loves music and loves to dance to the music.
Oh, really? No, I haven't seen that. Oh, I can't imagine that.
Boy, there is tons of videos with Dave Millard dancing.
I got to see one of these.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see him dance. That would have been cool.
Hey, he got some moves on him.
Mm-hmm. It's great. It's good to know that Davey's the better looking of the Millards, and got all the talent. Danny just he's just part of the family.
Yeah.
Oh, Danny says he got them out of the escape room. I have a hard time believing that, unless the door needed to be knocked down or something.
Yeah, he probably just busted through the door. They put a cheeseburger on the other side.
Corey said facts. Family is everything.
And
I might have to get clarification on Danny getting them out of the escape room.
And that whole group's been like family to me. I helped Corey. We've helped Corey throughout all her racing, on arena racing, got fights on arena racing. Was told by Blake Murphy that we brought a lot of passion to arena racing, and that was when Dave was the race director. So, of course, we always put him in predicaments that he didn't want to be put into because we're trying to kill somebody because they wrecked Corey.
Now, wait a minute. Now, Debbie says, remember when they had a rain out and y'all had a dance off at the house, Sweeney?
Yep. We were coming to the track some weeks hoping it would rain so we could go to their house and party.
Oh, I just can't. I have a hard time picturing Dave dancing. That's got to be pretty funny.
Oh, there is plenty of videos out there with Dave dancing.
Bailed him out of arena jail. You got an
Yeah.
arena jail?
Yeah, we got put in arena jail. Me and my dad did, and Debbie had to bail us out.
Now, how did you get put in arena jail when Scott Allen did all the stuff he did in the arena racing and he didn't get put in jail?
Oh no, see, you don't understand, Jack. When we go to fight, we go to fight. My dad had the guy by the throat on the table, and once they grabbed my dad, I tried to knock his head to China, and Danny come and picked me up, carried me away.
I heard
Another
Danny
night,
said-
I had a guy come after me with a jack handle, and I told him I was gonna wrap it around his neck if he didn't put it down.
Jesus Christ. I thought arena racing was fun, but evidently it was a whole lot of.
Yeah, I didn't do any fighting. I just run into people.
Is that because you can't fight?
No, I just. I
No,
always,
he doesn't get the attention he would do if he turned around on the track and went backwards and hit somebody head on.
Oh, there you go.
No, I just figured I told him that I would never be running for a championship, so I got nothing to lose. So if you make me mad, I've got nothing to
All
lose.
bets are off then.
Right. So that's what I did. It was like one of my not so proudest moments, but then somewhat kind of my proudest moments.
Yeah, but that whole group's been like family to me for years.
Now, who's the one that came up with calling you the Mexican?
I'm not even sure. I think it was Danny.
I mean, they sure give you hell about it.
Man. And for some reason, they're the only two that I let get away with it.
I forgot who it was. Danny was telling me somebody else tried that to you, and you straightened him out real quick.
Yeah, I pinned him up against the wall real quick and told him he's not them. He can't do that.
Who was it?
I'll tell you later.
I can't remember who it was. Tommy said there was a lot of passion in the arena racing. Yeah, there was.
Yep, that's what we brought was passion. That's what Blake Murphy called it.
All right.
All right, Sweeney. Well, the time has come. We got to get Atley on here. Just want to let all you guys know that we're all thinking about Dave. And if you, like I said, there's a GoFundMe page out there. There's not too small amount. Every little bit helps. It doesn't matter if it's 50 cents, $1, or if it's a penny. It all will help.
Please keep them in your thoughts and prayers because it's going to be a long transition period here for them. And now he's going to be in Atlanta, and I know that's going to be even tougher. So
yeah,
please keep them in your thoughts and prayers. We will. And of course, if they ever need anything, all they need to do is give us a call, and we'll be right there for them.
so, absolutely.
So anyway, all right, Tommy, appreciate it, man.
All right, y'all have a good one.
All right,
Thanks, man.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you, Debbie.
All right, Atley Weise, what's going on, man?
It's going pretty good. I was glad to be back on the show. I looked, and the last time I was on here was 2 years ago this month.
Well, you know why that is, right?
Why?
Because Scott scared you're going to take his place on the
I
show.
know. I had to ask him. I said, are you trying to, push me out?
I'll let you have a couple more years.
Couple weeks. Well, I probably ain't got but a
Yeah,
couple
you
years
did.
left.
He ain't got that much time. Anyway, first thing we want to do, we haven't seen you in a while. So I want to present you with this. This is your
Jack, look, see, can you teach him something? He's
the
got to show
rookie
the camera.
driver of the month for the month of August. We didn't see you in August and September, but you are, and I think I put that on backwards. See?
That's okay.
You see what I'm working with?
But that's your rookie driver thing, so congratulations.
Thank you. I mean, it's an honor. August was a great month for us. I mean, we saw so much improvement with that third place finish on August the 28th. And I mean, it was such a good race, and it's just such an honor.
So who does, we're talking about Dave and all the spotting he does. Who does the spotting for you?
My dad.
Do you let him spot for you?
Yeah.
Well,
He wasn't real confident when he said that.
how is he as a crew chief? I mean, I walked through the pits the other day, and your dad was just working away on that car, and your mom was out there just working away on that car, and I didn't see you nowhere, but they're out there working. How is he as a crew chief? I mean, do you get mad and blame him when the car ain't going good?
No, I always try to take the blame, and he's like, no, it's my fault. But it's in our family. It's definitely a family effort. We all try to chip in and work on the car.
Now you're gonna sit here and tell me. You're gonna sit here and tell me. I ain't seen a driver yet that accepts blame.
Yes, I mean,
Look at that one right beside you. He don't accept
That's
blame.
the first rule. It's always the other guy's fault.
Ask Mark Wertz and see if he tells you the same thing. Now maybe Mark's not the right. He's not the right person to ask. Maybe not be the right person to ask. He might tell you. So anyway, tell us all about the season. How good has it been going all through, other than August? How everything's been going?
The whole season's been going pretty good. Of course, I mean, this is my first year in the car, and it's definitely been a learning year. We've made a lot of mistakes, and we've learned from them for sure. So I mean, we've got so far this season, I think 3 top 5s. We got a 5th in June, a 4th in July, and then we got the 3rd in August. So I mean, it's been a pretty good year. Our last race, I mean, was last Saturday. We got a 6th place finish. The car was really tight, but I mean, still, I can't complain with that.
So your dad didn't have it dialed in right.
And I seen you got a PR person, man. I seen some people over taking videos and everything. It's like I was starting to get jealous.
Yeah, that's Logan. He's our cameraman. Y'all might have seen the videos, the behind the helmets. I know most people's favorites are the one that we made on May 1st. That was a good one where it was a lot like he makes it like a reality show, and he makes it fun to watch.
So how did you get him? Is he a friend of the family?
He's a friend of the family.
Yeah,
and he's just he loves photography for sure.
I'm like, man, the Atley is like big time. I'm doing something wrong.
And now you're breaking into the broadcasting, the iRacing stuff, and doing all that stuff. You got a lot of stuff going on right now.
Yeah, last year in 2020 we started Intensity Broadcasting, our broadcasting company, and I mean that has been a lot of fun to do. I mean, me and my former Parks and Rec basketball coach started it in March. We were bored looking for something to do in quarantine. All the racetracks were closed, and it was just something to do. We had our first league hit us up and like, hey, we want to broadcast, and it's kind of grown from there to 7 nights a week we're broadcasting. I'm announcing 4 races this week. We've done probably over 500 broadcasts in a year and a half, and I've probably done 252 of them. We've had a podcast with guests. We had Brendan Queen on our podcast. That was pretty cool. We have an iRacing team that competes in some leagues. I mean, we've covered it all in a year and a half, and we're still chugging along. We have 1,600 followers on Facebook. We're on YouTube, Twitch, and we're even on an app on Roku TV and Fire TV called eRacing TV. So I mean, it's just everything we've accomplished is just mind blowing.
This kid's showing us up left and right.
I don't know why.
It's nice having you, Atley.
I don't know why we invited you after you brought all
I
this
think
stuff
we
out.
should have been on his show. Is what we should have been.
Yeah, we're expecting. Well, you want a real racer? Don't bring Scott on.
So who has helped you at the racetrack? Have you reached out to some of the other drivers or some of the other Bando drivers?
Well,
Don't talk to Riley. His head is already too big.
Well, he definitely helped us a lot. I mean, as soon as we went to that first practice in November, testing that, I mean, everybody's helped us so much. I mean, all of the front runners, Trey and Riley, they've helped us out. I know Matt Carter, he's been a big mentor and help to us. Jonathan Mullet Racing, they've helped us a lot. And just the whole track has just welcomed us with open arms as a new competitor. And it's such an amazing atmosphere on Saturday nights for sure.
Well, tell me a little bit about how the competition out there. You got Aiden Milet running really good. Trey running good. Brian Runstrom come down here and he ran good. But then the girl came down here.
Well, I mean, the competition is.
Watch what you say now. I'm wearing her shirt. Okay?
I will say the Bandolero out of all of the classes here at Langley Speedway has definitely got to be one of the most competitive. I mean, we've had
for sure
like 4 different winners this season. I mean, that's pretty big considering we've only had like 9 races right now, 4 different winners in 9 races. That's pretty impressive. And I think we might have another winner on October the 16th, maybe. I don't know.
Hopefully, right?
Hopefully he drives the 78.
Right.
But everybody in the Bandolero division, it's such a strong division. Every week in and week out, you can always expect there to be 5 or 6 or 7 different drivers all having a chance to win each weekend.
I can see that.
I like that you guys are y'all are so friends afterwards. I mean, y'all are all, I don't know, you don't really run around quite with the rest of them or a lot of them, but there's a lot of guys that are all have a lot of good camaraderie. I didn't even say yeah. Help me out, man.
I was just traumatized after you spilled the sauce in your pants,
you got to look at it this whole time. Like,
so what if you look at your what you want to do down the road? Now you're driving the Bandoleros. I know you probably want to move.
We need to steer him towards the cars and stay out of the broadcast side.
We've already addressed that. We don't want to hear any more about the broadcasting.
I'm looking like, in a few more years, I'll probably have to give this up, because I can only carry Scott for so long, and then there's other things I need to do. So I might be looking for somebody to take over. Would you be willing to?
Absolutely, I'll take over. That's definitely something that I'm interested in.
Can you pronounce words correctly? Because Scott cannot pronounce words correctly.
Or can you not offend anybody? I tend to have done that a few times myself.
I think I can pronounce words pretty well. Except for the word golf. Everybody makes fun of me about how I say the word golf.
Golf.
I'm not even going to try because I'm going to get it all screwed up now.
So, got one more race left this season. Are you going to be doing anything else other than that? I mean, I know you're going to do your broadcasting thing, but any other racing, or that's it for you until next year?
I think that'll be it for us till next year, but I think next year we're definitely going to be trying to get into a lot more races. This year, I think the main thing was that we were just going to try to just focus on Langley and just get everything ready at Langley, and then we'll start moving on. We did do one race at Dominion this year, and that was fun.
Okay. So have you thought about the Charlotte, the summer shootout series down there, or the big races?
Oh, I've definitely thought about doing Charlotte and that. I mean, we went to a race and we watched it, and it looks pretty fun.
Okay, well, I think you'd be all right. Go down there and try that. Tell Dad just fork out some more money and go ahead on down there.
Absolutely.
That's right. Exactly right.
Now I see you out here on cart nights. Are you still running a cart, or are you just coming out here and?
No, I'm not. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna do any more of the carts. I might do like the fun race in November, maybe. Mm-hmm. But I think I'm done with carts.
Yeah, you've done moved up.
All right, now who all helps you other than Mom and Dad? Who all helps you with your car?
Well, my mama and granddaddy, they help me, and then again, I mean, just everybody in the Bandoleros. It's such a tight knit group. Everybody helps each other. If somebody's struggling to get something they need apart, somebody comes over and helps. It's so amazing how everybody just comes together in that group of drivers and teams.
All right, now, do you have any sponsors and everything you'd like to thank? And I saw the paper there.
We got the paper right here, so let me just unfold it. Let me gotta clear the throat and just all right. Here we go. We gotta thank Juan's Mexican Cafe and Cantina, Premier Heating and Air Services, Go-To Property Services, Dayton Lee State Farm, Freedom Equipment Rentals, Sign Media, Juan's Taqueria and Cantina, Bobby's Auto Service Center, Damon's Lawn Service and Landscaping, Body by D, Drain Wizard, Amsoil, East Coast Synthetics, Snap Mobile, Smith Wraps and Graphics, Intensity Broadcasting, my mama and granddaddy, my parents, and Jonathan Mullet Racing. And I do want to apologize for Brian White I've seen him read these names, and I'm like, how does he do that?
Oh, yeah. He is definitely on top of it.
He is.
I don't know how he does it. I mean, he's like, have you ever watched him up here? Have you ever come up here?
I have. I've been up here for a broadcast before. I mean, he does.
I mean, he's over here looking through a book. He's got it on his phone, and I'm like, how in the world is he? I can't even keep up watching him.
Yeah, he's got the mound of papers that he's looking through.
Yeah, he's got little tabs, and he's like, man.
Yeah, he's pretty.
That's a good reason.
He's pretty bright, but he's another one that's worried about his job too. He's scared you might take that one from him too.
I mean, again, any opportunity, I'm gonna try any opportunity I get to announce or be on a show. I mean, I'll take it.
Now, are you still doing some? Didn't you do some last year? You did some of the kart racing announcing.
I did do a few of those. Yeah.
Did you do any this year?
No.
No. Your two schedules filled up now.
Well, when you're popular, you have that problem.
Yeah. The paparazzi is. I can't go out of the house anymore, unfortunately.
All right, Atley. Well, we appreciate you coming by here tonight. Appreciate you being with us, and hang around. We're gonna show off the trophies and everything.
Whenever he gets here.
Oh, he ain't got here yet.
I ain't
paying no attention. All right, but anyway, we appreciate it. Thank you. So we'll see you again. I'll make sure it won't be 2 years before you come back again.
Was it 2 years?
Yep, October of 2019. I think I was on the show with Riley Music. I think I remember that.
Hey, he did his research. That's more than you. That's more than you do.
I just show up and hit the button.
And it's built the sauce on your pants.
See, I know. What cut now? If somebody goes to the Mexican restaurant, what was it, and they can get a free?
Oh yeah, if you go to Juan's Mexican Cafe and Cantina, you just say, Atley Weise, and they'll get you a free queso.
Yeah.
So we don't have to prove we know Atley Reese, right?
No.
Right? Okay.
Do we need to take a picture so we can have evidence? So we can say,
well, sure.
queso's pretty damn good.
It is.
All right, Atley, we appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Can you get around me?
I'll just get out of the way and let them two in.
Yeah.
Ooh. Where are we all sitting now? Come on over here. Well, whichever one you want in the middle. You want to get in the middle?
I'm there. How are you?
I'll let Mark get in there.
Yeah, Mark's a little skinnier.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say, man? How you doing?
That's why he's a driver.
George, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Who you spotting for the weekend?
Harris.
Them people pushed me over the hill back in the day.
Y'all need to get a little bit bigger studio.
I know, right? You want to talk to Bill about that?
I know.
Yeah,
Y'all
we're
need
going
to
to
get
try to
somewhere.
talk him and see if he'll build another media box somewhere along the line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what did you do?
Wow. There's a purpose for that.
Oh, there is? All right.
Make sure this thing's out.
All right. Well, I don't think we've got the trophy here yet. So
It's on its way, I heard.
okay, so we don't have that yet. So we'll just
Pole award.
yeah, we got the pole award for everybody that. This would let you hold it, Mark. You know, you're the
Who won the poll last year?
Matt,
Oh, okay, probably. Yeah.
You want
So
to slide
there's-
in here a little close?
No, you're good.
Come on, man. You want me to run the show?
But no, because you might do a better job.
Get that
Good
point
looking
here.
piece.
Yeah, ain't no doubt about
somebody's
that.
definitely gonna enjoy this one.
That thing's nice.
Taking it home and dedicating it to a spot in their house. This one here, I mean, if I was to win this one, I might actually get to bring this one home. I mean, this is pretty nice. So
It is.
good luck to everybody going after this weekend.
What does this race mean to you two guys? I mean, you guys are some of the closest to Shawn. I mean, this has got to be kind of an emotional race or weekend. I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe it just.
I mean, I mean,
we can't hear you talking here.
you know, I mean, it means a lot that all these people here at this racetrack think a whole lot of that guy right there, you know, and all the stuff they're doing and all these awards and the money that they're putting up. That's pretty cool, I think.
Well, I think every bit of that, and probably for Dave and I, and various others as well, it probably means something a little different
Mhm.
because, I mean, we're honoring a fellow that we work for,
30 years.
30 years.
Got
30
a lot
plus. Yeah.
Got some funny stories we could tell about this guy. I mean, all the way down to when we went to a racetrack. I'll never forget the first trip I went out of town. Lee Ross Auto Parts. I said, Shawn, we're going to Martinsville. Why do we have 13 trailer tires and 4 race tires on the trailer? I tell you, correct me if I'm lying, Terry.
No, you're right.
We
We
used
got
a lot of them.
We got back to Lake Gaston right there at Rudd's Creek.
Oh,
Whatever. and changed the 13th tire on the way back.
You gotta be kidding.
So a 4-hour ride.
Were they
was
all
custom-
like used?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, anything we could find out back off a wrecked car was a
I
spare
said,
tire.
okay, I got you.
And if it was a 4-hour trip, we set aside 6. If it was a 3-hour trip, we set aside 4 because you changed it. We knew how to change a tire. That's why we won the pit crew competition.
Yeah.
Y'all
we
won
could
it the
probably won
first
that
year,
pit crew
didn't you?
competition with a 4-way.
Probably. That's right. That's right. I think one time we were all the way out somewhere going to Martinsville, and we had to come back in and break into Ross Auto Parts, jump over the fence to
Get
get
more
something.
tires.
Get something. I forget what it was. I mean,
That's hilarious.
that's
We went to Kinley one year, and I think there was 70, 80 cars there, and we unloaded, and Shawn was the fastest car in the house. Philip Morris parked right next to us. Shawn goes out and makes a practice. He pulls in. We're parked on the backside.
is
Just
that
down
when the
from the
track
tire
tour part?
Track tore apart, but we were the 3rd car down from the tire shed. I'll never forget this. Shawn pulls in, looks at Big Dave and says, "Open the pit box and grab that A-frame. We're going to change the right front upper A-frame." I'm like, what are we doing?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the fastest car there. I mean, Jay Fogelman was there. The Grubbs were there. B.A. Wilson was there. Philip Morris was there. Shawn Balluzo
Jay
was the fastest
Fogelman.
car in the house. He wants to change the suspension. I'm like, what?
What's the other guy there that was? David Hyder was
David
there.
Hyder was there. I mean, it was a stack field. But I mean, just
He
for
won,
us,
he won a race down there, a big race. The Sea-Doo
the CD
150.
150.
Yeah. Beat Wayne Patterson.
Oh, really? That's
Mhm.
that's a biggie.
Yeah, Glenn Jarman.
Yeah.
But for us, I think it's just a way of kind of this. Yep, we're still doing it. It's cool that everybody respects him and wants to honor him. He deserves it. But for the family and for the crew that's still around, it has a whole different meaning.
For me,
anyway.
imagine. Sure, yeah. I mean,
You can't even put it into words, really, Don. To be honest with you, I mean,
And winning the first one. I mean, that's something that's going to be.
that had been the most fitting.
Yeah, that was the fitting thing about it. You win in the first one.
it was weird. It was very odd that night. It was a weird the way the whole race unfolded. It was almost like it was scripted. It just everything worked out, and everything happens for a reason. So
Mhm.
kind of kept the first one at home,
Right.
and
I mean, I don't think you could have wrote a better script.
It was crazy.
it worked out good. But I tell you, these guys gonna be hammered down this weekend, and to go along with the pole award and the trophy whenever it arrives, we're
They're
gonna
on
make
the
sure
It's on the
that
way.
this is gonna be part of right here. That goes to the winner.
So what's up with the M&Ms?
And a Red Bull.
Shoot, that's
You can tell. stories.
that's like energy thing for Shawn there.
This is Shawn Balluzo.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. And they're not out of the bag. They got to sit in the truck, get soft. He didn't need them right out of the bag. Always had to be soft. I don't know why.
Sit them on top of the pit
Yeah,
box and
yeah.
let them get like
Get gooey,
like
kind
when your teeth cracked through the candy shell. It was
of
chocolate
melted
syrup.
under. Yeah.
Yeah.
He pitted one time at a racetrack.
What was Lawrence?
It was Kinley.
Kinley? That's right. We talked earlier. Kinley. Yeah.
150 lap race, big event, not a Saturday night.
Mm.
Comes in under caution. I look at Big Dave. I'm like, what's he doing? There's some M&Ms. Yeah. Pulls up, sticks his hand out the window, and he wanted M&Ms. I'm telling you, I swear we can
That's
sit here and
funny.
tell you some stories y'all wouldn't believe, man.
I know back in the early 90s when I was helping Barry, and, this when everybody started using scanners and listening to other drivers, he was probably the most entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was like, dude, can you guys get a little bit of seriousness? I mean, it was constantly, it was very entertaining because we listened to it just for the entertainment. It was pretty funny.
Well, he knew y'all were listening to him.
Probably. Well, everybody was listening to everybody back
So
then.
some of that was for y'all.
So what about if there was a trip to West Virginia or there was a rivalry or he was talking trash with some people from West Virginia? What was that all about?
I don't. I really didn't have much to deal with that. There was some guys from Owner. They had like a, what was those guys' names? Terry knows. I don't know who the names were, but
Well, I
yeah,
think
they
Doug
were back
was
and
telling
forth.
us or something.
Yeah, those guys were. That was pretty cool to watch it on Facebook, and they would get on their videos about Shawn coming there and back and forth, and it was pretty cool.
They were making videos in their garages.
That's right. That's what
Yeah,
it was.
Shawn-
to the race.
To race, and then Shawn started doing the same thing. You know.
Yes, and then Shawn started making videos and posting them back.
That's right.
It was like this little video where they had going on. They dressed up, wore wigs and overalls.
That place is
Got
way
it
out
together.
there from here.
Oh yeah, that's a very unique place. To me.
Yeah, in fact, when we were coming back,
I think the gravel parking lot's got better surface to race.
oh yeah,
I mean, it was that nice, huh?
oh yeah, because right there when they crossed over the
Stuff on your
backstretch,
car will break.
they were taking
Wow.
the caution would come out, and a couple guys would jump over the fence and take pieces of the track and throw it over the fence. It was coming up. It was bad. It
That
was
is
bad. It's
bad.
crazy. It's like wow.
That was
But,
an old track, and I mean,
Oh, it's still old. And when you turn in there, you got to stop. Make sure there's no airplanes gonna land because it's right there, runway. And then you go across the track, get in the track.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, it was pretty crazy. It's like
Jamie Womack.
Womack, that's right, Jamie Womack. But yeah, that was a long trip. In fact, the Humlets went, and we were coming back. Jimmy's truck broke down, and I had to tow it down his trailer back, and we kept on the side of a mountain. And we were coming back, we turned into the gas station, and I turned in to get some fuel, and I got out, and my wife got out the other side. She looked, she says, "Hey, you need to come look at this." The whole wheel was gone. the whole
You didn't
wheel.
even know,
It
never
was-
felt it.
Never felt the pinion chain left. Didn't even know nothing about it. When I got to, because when I turned in, it kind of scraped a little bit. I said, "Man, I thought what in the world?" The whole thing was gone. I called Jimmy, and Jimmy says, "Oh, we got some spare ones." I said, "Okay, I'm glad we do, because we need one bad because the rim and everything was gone."
Dang.
Oh man, that's crazy.
How was it racing against him?
Sean,
Yeah, I mean, I know you raced with him a bunch.
can I be candid?
Yeah, be
Irritating
candid.
as hell. He would every week. So if you raced against Shawn, you knew how Shawn's practice day went, and and I'm gonna go back to the late models. Just let's set the modifieds aside. If you ever had an inkling of a thought you wanted to do a sticker run, you waited
But
till
not
Shawn
doing
got
it.
off the racetrack.
That's right.
Because Shawn's gonna pull out on that racetrack and ride around on the bottom for about 4 laps before he goes. And you would always be out and pull off pit road. You go, and there's Shawn. So anyway, you learned not to go out until he was done. And
I used to get on him all the time. So man, racing fuel is expensive. Be riding around. Keep on riding around.
as far as a driver, I mean, Shawn was fair. I mean, I can't ever really remember him being dirty. I mean, I've been to many races with him as a crew member and watched him get done dirty and get mad as he could be, and then get right back to the guy in the race and not do nothing. And as far as a racer, I mean, you didn't have to worry racing Shawn. He's just one of those guys you knew you could crowd him a little and he could take it. He's going to crowd you a little. You can lean on him a little. You just knew that it was a safe zone and you weren't going to get fenced. So,
I mean, that showed with that video somebody posted on Facebook a little while back. They run 35 laps in the field side by side out here.
Yeah.
For Shawn won the late model race. I mean,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
and then, Shawn always has a way of, if you ever raced with him any amount of time, you knew a lot of Shawn had to go in one ear and out the other. If you didn't learn to do that, he would beat you in your head.
I think he did that a lot out here, beating people in their head. Because I've seen a couple of them since I've been coming out here that he would rattle them and never get on the track. He'd have them rattle before they even got started.
Well, I mean, there were nights that we'd have a great, after he moved on to modified and I was running late model, we'd have a great battle on the track, run side by side with Danny or Greg or whoever, and I end up second. Shawn, first thing he do is walk up to me and, "Why'd you suck so bad tonight?" I'm like,
So you had to learn to
there
take
you
it.
go. I'm just kidding, buddy.
Well, like Mark said, in the memorial thing we had out there, you beat you in the head, beat you in the shop, and beat you on the racetrack.
Mhm.
And he was good at that. I mean, he was good at that. Like
Yeah.
Mark said, boy, he could get underneath your skin.
Oh, yeah.
Been underneath my skin too a lot.
That's what I was
shoot,
just
man,
gonna
it was
say.
funny. There were many nights, many times we'd go out of town. We would all want to leave, but we wouldn't, But I tell you, when it come time for something to bond, like the night he got in a wreck at Dominion, I mean, that was a trying trip. The the 200 up there at the old Dominion when he wrecked going into turn 1.
Oh, then he came back and we.
Well, that's where you were afraid he got hurt.
Oh yeah.
So we took off across the racetrack. And they're like, the guy tried to grab Big Dave. He said, "That's my friend." He slumped back like that. Dave's radio flying there, and he's just right up to the car, you know. But what I'm getting at is, even though, you know, that was a trying weekend, there was a lot of tension going on, but the car, you know, we were racing. The minute something happened, all that goes aside. Well, we were just.
All right, did he ever have a temper with people?
Shawn had a weird way of showing it. If he was mad, he never really had a temper. I never really saw he acted more disappointed. Like he would have a disappointed demeanor to him versus just yelling.
Well, maybe I should have asked Terry that question.
Now I will say this. I will say this.
Now, wait a
Now,
minute. I've seen
the
no
year-
water bottle
the
on
year
the
we-
road
the
yet.
year-
Oh yeah,
So,
the year
I
we
see
put the
water
brand new
bottles,
Grand
like-
Prix body on the car, and
that speedway
Carl
body.
jacked it up at the shop, and
Oh, I've
it
done
fell
that.
off the jack stand.
I've done
Ripped
that.
the whole door off the car.
Andrew did that a couple of times after
Yeah,
track.
I did that once or twice. I mean, there was a ticket girl walking around.
Blues girl.
I was jacking while looking. Whoops! I mean, it jacked it. It was about that small when time it was down the window. Oh Lord!
The door was as tall as Shawn. But
Yeah, but you know what? All that stuff, all we're talking about, I wouldn't trade nothing. None of it.
nah,
Not one single moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, it's amazing how much time has just flown by.
Yeah.
For a lot of the guys that have been out here for so long, because it seems like yesterday we were in them McDonald's suits out there trying to win the picker competition. I call them.
Yeah.
They were red, and yellow.
Yeah.
You didn't have to look far to figure out what we were.
No,
Yeah, yeah, because y'all won the
The
first
black
one.
and yellow ones
Yeah.
were about the best looking ones out there.
Yeah. The white
Yeah, we got a
orange,
trophy.
and
Y'all?
bananas.
Because
Yeah.
Greg Edwards got penalized
Everybody
for
got a
losing.
trophy on the team.
Well,
got a
we
battery
finished
charge,
third in the first
something.
one. We won the second. It was only did it twice or 3 years. We won the last one. They haven't done it since '95.
I thought it was a pretty neat thing.
Yeah, I know.
We
I
did it
told
with
Chuck, I was like,
Wi-Fi.
man, I wish you'd bring it back.
We
Huh?
did it with Wi-Fi.
Yes, yeah, I do know that.
We did it with
Yeah,
Wi-Fi.
'cause y'all had 5-on-5.
Yeah.
Little Danny Balluzo got down there to wig zing that air gun.
They'll be here this weekend too.
That's good.
Does it amaze y'all how many? I mean, it does me too at times. It's like with this going on, like how many people support you? I mean, I'm sure y'all could all attest. You know, when the tragedy happened, how many people reached out to all of y'all? I mean, you know, how much of a big family this really is.
this place is.
You know,
I think you
Don't
forget
you think
how
so?
I think you forget how broad it spawns out.
Mhm.
Because you just go through the motions every week and you see people at Southside Speedway or Kinley or South Boston or wherever you're racing, and then it just grows. And when something like this happens, then you kind of feel the magnitude of the amount of people you touched.
Mhm.
And Shawn touched a lot of people. I mean,
From
He was
all
talking-
over. I mean, it was from everywhere.
no matter where he raced
Yeah.
or what he raced in, everybody remembered Shawn. I mean, he left a footprint, everything he did.
Mhm.
And, you know, it was amazing. I used to, nights after we'd work at Ross Auto Parts and everybody'd leave, there were some nights I'd sit up with him during the week till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. He'd have that old Mary Jane bread truck, whatever it was,
Wagon.
pulled right up to the side of the shop, plugged in. And once the race car work got done, he'd go out there and sit in that daggone vinyl truck till 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and
I
just
remember the truck.
make sure he got his work done. I mean, that was another thing. His work ethic. I think that may be the people that know him know, but the people that don't really know him have no inkling of the work ethic and the quality of fabrication work that man can do.
He can make
It's
something.
phenomenal. If he could see it in his head or look at it one time, he was going to make it or make it better.
Oh yeah. He could definitely make some stuff.
Yeah, well, somebody says, you remember, or she says that she remembers going to Southside Speedway and Big Dave left Shawn at a rest stop,
Oh yeah.
and we had to turn around and go back and get him.
Yeah.
That must be Sandra.
Big
Probably.
Dave got cussed out for the rest of the way home.
Yeah, he asked me. We were getting ready to leave, and I said, "Do you want me to drive?" And he didn't say nothing. He said, "No." He said, "No, I'll drive. Don't worry about it." Shoot, I slept all the way home. It was great for me. But yeah, I sure did. We sure did left them out, and we pulled in, and Pat. In fact, Pat was here last weekend. I seen him. He came down for his Navy reunion, and he was helping. But he was in his car, and he pulled in the front. Shawn got out, went to the bathroom, came back. I was still in the truck. Truck's front. Joe Dyke was in the truck with me, and hey, Shawn said, "I'm gonna ride with Pat." Man, we shut the door, and I put in drive, and I was gone. So Shawn's walking across the other side. So, Pat sees me leaving. He says, "Oh, what time to go?" I'm coming behind. Waiting on the south side we go, Boy, but so he went back, got him, and I went on. And boy, when I got to the south side of the sign, I went to start signing. They said, "Shawn is mad at you." I said, "Hey, you should have got out. Should have told somebody something." And back then, you had the phone. Shawn had the phone was big as that pizza box. That's what it was. A big old bag. That's the only way he called up the track. And then Pat, we were going. For some reason, Pat pulled next to me, and I'm just tooling. No air conditioning, just raggedy truck. Man. The winters are down. It's hot as hell. And I kind of look over, and I just kept. And I looked again. It's like, holy smokes! Oh, man, it's crazy. And I never stopped. I kept on going. I figured we'd get up there and he'd go back and get him. So, he got there. He was hot, boy. He was hot.
So you said you saw it. You knew he was back there before you.
Oh, I knew exactly where he was at. I mean, I knew exactly. Because he wasn't in here, he wasn't in there. The only place he got out was, he got in between. He got left.
How far did you get before y'all figured that out?
We got about probably Laverna Avenue.
We got
a little ways. At least Laverna. Right there in Laverna.
Yeah.
And that's a little ways from Racetrack.
Yeah. Insurance lovers, ain't it?
It was probably a good thing Shawn was sitting at the restaurant.
I was gonna say, how long that felt like for him?
That was a long time.
It probably felt like 3 hours.
And that way you had to go to Laverna, back down 95. It was so yeah.
At least a good hour altogether.
Yeah. So. But yeah, it was like I said, I wouldn't trade none of it. Wouldn't trade none of it.
So, do y'all have any favorites to go? Who's going to win this one, or you even thought about it?
I really ain't thought about it.
Well, Terry gave us an entry list, and I mean, you got all the guys from here racing.
Right.
Peyton Faree. I don't know. Kyle Fowler.
Are those guys from out of town? Where are they at?
Adam Medic.
That?
That's one of Chris Johnson's. It's Chris Johnson's.
Oh, okay.
Chase Burrow is coming down.
Christopher said he's 10 minutes out.
And I didn't know Curtis Hughes had a modified.
He's had one for a long time.
He's had one for a long time.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. So, Billy Grimes, Matt Ashworth. I haven't heard his name in a long time either.
Now, we were told a couple of weeks ago that he was coming.
What about Jeremy Gerster? Is he
But
coming
then-
from Florida?
They said that Matt sold the car, so I don't know if Matt's driving that car or what. I'm not real sure about that now.
What about Jeremy? Is he coming up?
Jeremy is not. He is running the Smart Mod Tour, has their last points race on Saturday. So he's not able to make it.
I guess they just put out the day that you're gonna run it on Sunday if it rains.
Yeah, I
out
saw
on
that
Saturday.
today. Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little.
I seen your post. I wasn't gonna say anything.
I don't know why it's such a big secret. It's people need to know. These people are coming out of town. We need to know what's going on. I don't understand it. So it's such a big race like this.
I mean,
The weekly thing, that's fine. But there's a lot of people. Big race. I think they all should always have a backup plan. I don't even think they have a backup plan for the Hampton Heat. I don't think they do. So they need to.
What was it? We started at 2:00 in the morning a couple years ago.
I didn't get home till like 5 o'clock. What I mean?
Legends were running at 2 o'clock.
I mean, what?
Yeah.
I mean, I love the race. But sometimes you gotta draw the line somewhere.
That was the year Chuck got a chair and sat on the front stretch in the rain in the chair.
Even at that point, people are exhausted. You've been here all freaking day. It's I don't know.
So how many modifieds do we got?
It's like 28, isn't it?
27.
27.
27.
Yeah, that's a good field.
The key to
I wish Mark was running.
the key to picking the winner for this is this is one of those deals where you can't just say that guy and that guy have the fastest cars. This race is going to be won by a good car with a smart driver that can keep from spinning the wheels and ride for 80 laps.
Did you get 4 tires for this race?
Yes.
Is this,
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're leaning on an 8-inch tire
Yeah.
with
wow.
500 plus horsepower for 100 laps. I never, and I learned this from Shawn, I never pushed the go button last year till lap 80.
Hmm.
Anybody that got to me, I didn't even challenge them. I just let them go. And not, this isn't about me. This is about the person that wins. This is going to be the one that thinks it out and can be disciplined and be patient. Now, it could be the fastest car that's been here on a weekly basis, or it may be the guy that's been running 4th or 5th that was a little smarter.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how this race gets won.
How hard is it to ride and conserve tires?
You got somebody in your ear all the time, I think.
You just got to know
JB's
early in the race, if that guy's getting away from you, let him go. Just you focus on a plan of rolling the center, cracking the gas, and driving straight. Never want to feel that car getting on the right rear ever
always straight
before lap 75.
Race
Always
to
straight, no wheel spin, lift early if you have to, get to full throttle, very, very smooth and slow,
Mm-hmm.
even if you get to full throttle.
Now, is that something that you know how to do yourself, or is it something a spotter comes over and says, "Hey, you're running a little too fast.
JB's
Maybe
good
you need
at
to back
kind of control and kind
Yeah.
of keep you
JB would,
woo you back a
well,
little bit.
JB would also be looking at race monitor,
Mm-hmm.
and you can tell by lap times how hard you're pushing a car.
Right.
Because you know what the car's capable of doing.
I'm not
So-
that talented. I can't do that. Look at race monitor.
It's 2 things at once.
But I mean, a lot of it is that, your spotter keeping you settled down a little bit, kind of like riding a horse. You got to keep a horse tame, and the driver has to be committed to a disciplined plan for that race. It's hard.
It is.
I mean, you want to jump. So fast forward 2 years ago, Shawn was trying to let me pass him, but I stayed right there inside of his left rear quarter panel. But it just didn't work out that night. But getting back to the discipline, you got to be committed to a plan.
And I knew what he was doing too. So
Really?
it's all good.
Now, what's that like when you were spotting for Shawn and then you're racing against him? Because I mean, these are probably some of the closest guys you're around.
I don't think y'all worried one bit. I could be wrong. But
Did you want to beat him even more than anybody else?
Him?
there was always
Oh,
there was always a rival. I mean,
I
that's
can
bragging
imagine.
rights. That had nothing to do with a trophy. It's
Right,
just
right,
bragging
right,
rights.
yeah. I could just hear the over the radio now. There's
But
more.
I just know what Shawn was thinking.
Yeah.
I've been doing it with him for a long time.
Right,
I
right.
know exactly what he was thinking, what he was doing, and what he was trying to do. So
Yeah. I mean, I think that's kind of the fun. It's funny how like a spotter and a driver have a different relationship, and it's kind of different when you get out of the car. But when you're in the radio, I know for me, it's like you can hear the pitch of Dave's voice or whoever, and you know what they're thinking. You're kind of on that same page.
And in the
it's
same
fun.
breath,
you've
the
heard me
spotter,
spot for Landon.
Mhm.
in the same breath, the spotter's also got to be the one that can keep a monotone demeanor to himself when the driver's getting overly excited. I've been in that situation many times. It's just
I mean, I don't get excited at all on the radio. I mean, Mark's in the room because he was helping with Connor. I mean, it's no need to get
little
excited.
shove.
Yeah. I mean, like Connor says, I paint a picture for him
Mhm.
every lap. Paint a picture. What's going on?
Yeah, but you guys know what's going on. I mean, you have like you said, you have a bigger picture of what's going on during the race. And I have listened a few times to you spot, and it's funny because you're like, hey,
Because there's
there's 2 to go.
this way.
If you're gonna do it, it's time to do it.
Yeah, if you're going, let's make something happen.
Yeah.
Terry also brought up to us, and I appreciate Terry doing this because I didn't know all this was going on. But anyway, some qualifying and special awards
Oh yeah,
that are going to be out for this race this week. A $100 pole award plus the plaque here from the Assist Towing and Recovery custom engraved plaque from Elite
My
Engraving.
glasses. Need my glasses. I thought you were talking about Scott couldn't read.
Well, the thing is, I was reading ahead of time here.
Oh,
but
well, let's
anyway.
not do that.
Anyway, that's a $100 pole award. There's a $448 bonus or lap leader award from Daniel Balluzo of East Coast Mechanical, awarded to the driver officially leading at lap 48.
That's pretty cool.
That's a
Sean's
big
brother, yeah.
deal, you know. So that's a pretty big deal. 1,000 from Kenny King towards the purse payout, third through the 12th position, will receive an additional $100. Everybody will get $100.
Oh, that's cool.
Third through the 12th, additional to what the purse already is. $500 from Gene Nichols Carburetors Boutique
Oh, yo-yo.
Yo-Yo.
Yo,
Glad you said
I
that.
said dog grooming.
Oh, okay. I thought it was something about
That's
Scott.
Miss Robin's dog grooming.
Well, I thought it was something about Scott. It said Yo-Yo.
Wow, man.
No
Why
respect.
do you take this abuse?
That's $100 for 14th place, 16th place, 18th place, 20th, and 22nd finishers in the race will get an extra $100. A $500 Balluzo challenge. This you put this up, or Terry put this up, the Balluzo challenge. Front row qualifiers have the option to start at the rear of the field and win the race. They get an extra $500.
Do you think anybody will take
I
that?
tell you what, I would.
I don't know if anybody would. You may be the only one that would do it. I don't
I'd do it in
know.
a heartbeat because you got it's a race laid out to ride, and you can start at the rear and
And
take care of your
save.
stuff, getting a couple spots each segment. That I'd do that in a heartbeat.
So in
I
other words-
challenge the guys. That have
That's what I was
fast
gonna
cars
say.
right there. That right there.
That's what
is-
Shawn used to do.
That's
Yeah,
that's
more
not a
than
bad
anybody,
deal.
any damn body. I don't know how the hell he would do it.
And there's enough
Or how
laps.
you could do it.
I could sit here and see him. He go to the back. What is he doing? And then it dawned on me. Okay, I see what he's doing now, and he would manage to get back to the front every
It was
time.
a challenge.
There's-
It was a challenge.
And there's enough
it's-
laps in this event for to overcome that. Now, if it was a 30 or 40 lap event, that'd be hard to do. So
All right.
Damn, that thing's big as hell.
You don't get it in 10 minutes or less.
wow.
Who's it? Brad Adams says Big Dave will definitely tell you when you need to spin them.
Here, move the pizza.
Oh, moving the pizza. Hey, here, this is you, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, Chris, come on in. And this is the unveiling of the trophy for the
Man, that
Balluzo
thing is
Memorial
big as-
100. Look at this thing, man. This is
Jesus.
cool.
Sorry, Mark. Don't mean to cover you up.
This is cool. Really good.
That thing is.
Thing's pretty nifty.
Hand
That thing is-
painted by you, right?
Yeah, me and Mike knew. It still needs a little mount, but
Put a piece of foam back.
You just
Yeah.
finished it today, right?
well, yeah, we just finished it.
Looks great.
I just drove
What
from
happens when you plug it in?
Dockside Road or whatever. It's got a light in the base of it.
Okay.
All right, now, I want you to come in here and be a part of this too, because see, someday you might be trying to win this or win something like this. So I want you to come in and be a part of it.
That's
So
pretty cool.
that is really
That
cool.
is Mike knew. That is all Mike knew.
Yeah.
He designed last year's. Me and him sat down and wanted to simplify it a little bit, but still be special. So he came up with that.
So you want to talk about like some of the 11
Yeah,
things
so
on it?
it's got 11 tiers from the bottom for 11 championships, and then the clear parts on the front he kind of shaped as an 11 to go with that. It does have a light in the base of it, but can't see it right now. So it's one of a kind.
You sure you
Yet
don't want
again.
that car, Rob?
Yet again, one of a kind.
Look, you get that and some M&Ms and a trophy.
Yeah, now tell about the M&Ms and put it on here with the.
Oh, well, this, Christopher was late to it. This is going to be part of it because
Yeah,
this
there
is
you go.
part of being Shawn.
After it sits
Somebody's
out
going
there
to
and
enjoy
gets
this
warm.
one. This is a nice
Yeah.
trophy.
So
Did a great job.
I know when Terry showed me a picture of it the other day, I didn't suspect it to be that big.
we go big. We go big.
What did somebody say it was actual size for Sean?
We
No,
thought about
I think
making a
maybe
life-size
Christopher said
cutout,
that. I knew
you know.
somebody had said that.
Yeah, we thought about life size cutout, but
Well,
Would
you're
you have
pretty
a place
close.
for a trophy like that?
That is pretty cool.
I'm not going to put any pressure on Brad, but I want to keep this one. So if you're listening,
He's on here.
do your
I-
job.
I know, and it hasn't changed anything on the car, right?
No, I did an oil change and an air filter change the other day, and I told him not to touch it until I got there
Yeah,
tomorrow.
he did tell me. I asked him when we were down here testing Thursday. I said, "Did you touch that car?" He said, "They won't even come over and let me do anything." He
Nope.
said, "I said I was going to do something." They were like, "They won't come on over." So I guess I'm not doing anything.
No, I wouldn't let him touch it. And then Carter came out here and practiced and run a 3, and he had to post it. So made us even more itchy, and I had to shut him down again. Don't touch it, leave it alone. So
Eddie Clark says this is the best picture they've had of you all night.
I'll slide over a little bit, pal.
No, I'm good. That deserves all the attention it can get.
Oh yeah. I like it. Looks good.
That is exciting.
Of course, Al Pierce back in the day told me always take your glasses off.
He tells everybody.
That stuck with me to this day.
Yeah, didn't you say, or maybe he told us he took you to Martinsville and introduced you something with that?
Well, he got me
So,
Martin in 05. We were in Daytona and
That's
was able to this day, one of the most memorial interviews I've ever done to the national media with Jim Hunter, Clint Boyer, Ted Christopher, and Justin Labonte.
Mm.
And that was
Ted
that's
Christopher.
one of
That's
the things
good.
I'll never forget.
He was so young and humble then. He's big timer now.
I don't know.
Big time.
I tell people all the time though, take your glasses off.
Big time.
Why you Al Pierce told me to take your glasses off.
Yeah.
And that stuck with
Got
me.
his own T-shirts.
Yeah, big timer.
Phyllis Robinson bought these. Big time.
And Brad said he can't even lift that.
Oh yeah, the remote.
Whoever gets it,
not
definitely
plugged
ought to cherish it and take care of it.
It's on.
Okay, it lit up.
Oh, I
Yeah.
just see it.
You can flip the light off if you want. This
There you go.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty neat.
So kind of show it off a little bit.
That is great. That is really
so,
cool.
so who came up with the design? I mean,
That is Mike
okay,
Newton. That is him all day.
Did a good job, Mike.
yeah.
Thank you.
Looks good.
He loves us.
Yeah.
I really appreciate the fact that you all brought it here and
Yeah.
unveiled it on our show. It really means a lot to us, and we all know how much Shawn meant to this track and everything. So this means a lot to us, and
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I really think that's great. So
No, we thank you for.
Yeah.
But
Well,
Nah,
and
dude,
not only
it's
that,
our pleasure,
let's
man.
think about this. You got to think Bill Mullis. Last year, we had a track to race at and continue to race, even with everything that would happen and what was going on with the world and with Shawn. And then we still have this event, we still have the modifieds, the division's grown. And, hopefully this is going to just grow into a big, big, big thing.
I think it's working that way, going that way.
I think so too.
Because I've heard other people talk about it in other places.
Who's giving the trophy away? Is there like anybody in particular that's giving the trophy away? Terry, you doing
I think W.O. Grubb's bringing the
Keep
crown.
I'll be down there. I can't get it.
it? What did he say?
He said W.O. Grubb.
Last year,
That hurt, man.
That's what he
last year it was me and Alyssa. They gave it to Mark, so I'm sure we'll continue that this year with me, Alyssa, and Bree will be here as well. Bryce will be here. So
How
It'll-
cool
it'll
was
be
it
the
for you to
family.
give it to Mark last year?
it was the last.
They had to make it even more emotional.
It did. It was one of those puzzle pieces, like I said last week. It was one of those puzzle pieces that just had to fall in place. I tried not to talk to him all week. I tried to leave him alone all day. I didn't want to bug him, didn't want to put it in his head and mess him up. But it was really special to do that. And I even got yelled at in victory lane not to spray him with champagne because he still has driver's suit on.
Did you spray him?
No, I sprayed Bobby. I got Bobby real good. But it was special. I think somebody got a picture of him down here doing a donut and won, and I'm standing on the end of pit road holding it up. So it was definitely special. So
That is unbelievable. That is good.
Pretty nifty, huh?
I like it. I like it.
but
Hopefully we get to race.
oh yeah.
Not looking good. I ain't even looked.
Yeah,
I looked earlier, it's
58.
25%.
No, it's 58 now. It's all right.
Yep. But
We got sun.
also we have the t-shirts, the memorial t-shirts again this year. We have stickers as well. So we'll have the t-shirts and the stickers. Saturday, Sunday, whenever we run, we'll have them.
Did you get one?
The shirt? I got mine the weekend.
Oh,
And,
Yeah.
and
you got one, Jack? Too?
Yeah.
you
And
had
that
just
was-
a raw prestige.
Yep. And that
So, I
was
mean, that's priceless.
that was Slinger Signworks that did the t-shirts for us, and they did an excellent job. Tim Brown and them did a phenomenal job with them. So
Randy Sample did the
yes,
artwork.
Yeah, this
Oh yeah, I forgot
Randy
about
Sample did the artwork for the pole award.
Yeah, and we got another one, right? Don't you have? Or is this the one you're keeping?
No,
No,
the one,
that's
the very
enough.
first one he did, I have it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I think the minute he handed it to me, he
You know,
he
it wasn't coming back.
Yeah. So no, I have that one.
Saturday's gonna be fun.
Terry, I'm kind of putting you on the spot. What does this mean to you? How big this is? Did you ever dream that it would kind of be this big, or turn out to be this big, or this important?
Yes, because Shawn was what they say Shawn was. Shawn didn't meet anybody very rarely that he didn't like or that he didn't give a hard time to, or
We'll be an ass.
you know, I mean,
Let's
but
put it out
you
there.
know.
Let's roll it on the table.
But
you
you,
knowing, so you know.
yeah, but that's almost like me and Jack. We give each other a hard time, but that's how much when you think you know somebody, you care about somebody, you know.
He gives me a hard time every time I get in that champ car. I hear him. What are you doing in a go-kart? You're too big for a go-kart. This is a go-kart. That's all I hear him say.
You need two
Every
motors
time.
on that thing. I'm just here to say, brother. Two motors on that thing, bro.
Now, Dave told me the other day that I guess you were laughing over at the hospital that not Dave, Danny, that David said something to you before the race the other
They were
week.
giving me a hard time because the week before we took the green, come out of 2, and Walter put spun, and he come down the track and clipped me. I didn't even make half a lap. So all day, the past race, Dave was giving me a hard time. You gonna make more than 1 lap? You gonna make more than 2 laps? You know. And I'm getting strapped in, and he walks by, and he says, "More than 2 laps, right, bud?" And I said, "Yep. After 2, all hell's gonna break loose." And I told Danny, I said, when he wakes up, I said, "I'm gonna kick him." I said, "We were supposed to go on 2, and he didn't even go on 1. He went on half 1."
Yeah.
I said, I got one for him. He's always got to outdo us. And me going out on lap 1 wasn't good enough. He could outdo me on that one.
Right.
So,
Right. Too funny.
But no, that division's fun. I mean,
It is.
I always sat back and watched it, and I was like, it's just a go-kart. You sit in one of them things, and it is wild.
Mhm.
It is.
Got a lot better when Scott got out. But
Scott tried to wreck me the only race he run this year. We go in the morning. Luckily, I peeked in a mirror because I heard a motor change, and I look up, and he's done.
I got
gone
excited.
across pit road, just left me hanging by myself. He went by, and I was like, "Oh, thanks for the draft today, Scott."
Some people are greedy.
I think the cool thing about this trophy here that this year's winner will be able to enjoy is, last year it there was kind of a theme to everything that happened.
Mhm.
It kind of was putting closure to an event, and the guy that wins this trophy can start the legacy of this race. So this trophy here will actually kind of have more of a different kind of meaning to the winner, I think, than the one last year. Even though the one last year had a lot of personal meaning, it was closure to an event.
Right.
And so this one here has got a whole nother level of importance to it, or value, so to speak.
That's a good point.
And I know Jeremy Gerstner is he would want to be here more than anything, because I've talked to him about it a few times, and I know he was very much into coming here for that race and being here, and so I know it's hard on him not to be here.
Maybe next year we can wait another week before we do it, so they could be done if he's racing.
Yeah.
I think we need to make sure that all the tracks are pretty much done.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah. We
But
want to
there's
keep it as the last race of the year. We don't want to do it in the middle of the season and mess up a points race. Or,
Mhm.
It's hard to pull guys from another track to come here when they've got another event the following weekend. So
Sure.
we want to try and get it last race of the year, kind of like the Classic used to be at Southern National or wherever, and let this be a solo standalone event.
Mhm.
You tear your stuff up, you got 3-4 months to get back together. So
Yeah.
let it hang out and have fun. So
No, I think it's a great idea. I think the best scenario from that, most amount of cars and the most people, and I'm sure this is going to be a thing. Everybody eventually is going to want one of these trophies.
Mhm.
Well, like, Matt and Rick and Brad, and the rest of the guys, they can race this race for the race win.
Mhm.
I wanted, as bad as I wanted to win that race last year, it was still a points race for me.
I didn't even think about that.
I was stressing out on all levels that week.
I think the last conversation me and you had, you said, I'm worried about the championship. I said, that one means more than anything. I said, so do what you need to do. I said, happy either way.
Well, we had figured the points out that night, and the minute the green flag dropped, I think I locked it in by virtue of like 1 point. Because Matt, if we'd have tied, Matt had me by wins. But there was not enough cars where if I'd have parked it on lap 1, I'd have finished 1 point ahead of him if he'd have won.
It definitely needs to be a non-point race.
Yeah,
No, for sure.
absolutely.
So what I was getting at is the stress level relieved immediately because we already knew that. But the guys coming into this whole week, like preparing for that race, was nerve-wracking. These guys don't have to have any concern at all, other than
Checkers
fix
the
their
record.
cars if they have to.
Yeah.
And I really think that we probably need to, let the support divisions kind of share with this thing too, kind of get them involved in it. One year have these cars, and next year have the grand stocks and the whatever. Make it a whole big thing. So
We call it Balluzo Marathon. Is that one night he
He
ran
did.
every
Yeah.
race?
365.
He
He
sure
did.
He sure did.
ran every race out here. You were here, weren't you?
I don't know.
I
I
was
don't
here that
remember.
night. I was here that night.
We ran that one from Madison and ran a
Oh,
super
yeah,
truck,
yeah,
a
yeah,
legend, the late model,
Vaguely.
and
Grand
Super
Stock?
Street. Was it
Grand
Super
Stock?
Street or Grand Stock? It was one of those.
I think it was.
But
I
yeah,
think it was Grand Star.
I think it was a grand stop too.
and the funny part about it was he always did this everywhere we went. It didn't matter if it was a 100-lap race, a 200-lap race. It didn't matter. He ran all those laps, and when he got out, barely broke a sweat. And he's looking at all these guys laying on pit road, and he's like, "You bunch of wimps!" Every time. So he was something.
Oh,
So
that's getting close to my bedtime.
yeah, I know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we keep you up all that was the name?
I know you got a long drive home, Dave.
I get up at 4:30, 4:45, 5 o'clock.
I mean, I've seen it before I went to bed a few times. I ain't never got up that early.
Yeah, I'm about to fall asleep over here listening to him talk.
Well, we appreciate everybody being here tonight to be a part of this and to unveil this trophy. And I mean, you did a great job. Both you guys did a great job. And
Man, you think
I know it's going to be an honor for whoever
You
wins
still
it.
sucking on my
It's going to be
Wi-Fi?
an honor to them to
Yeah.
get it.
Okay, well,
So,
it's all good.
but I want to thank Mark and Dave, even though
problem.
he's about to fall asleep over there. And we need to get him home and get him in bed.
I need to.
I'm not far behind. I'm a shipyard worker. So I know a lot.
I'm in the yard at 5:15 to 5:30 every morning.
Aren't you in the office now?
Shh. Can't betray that role.
He-
Still working.
He did his time in the hot boat. Now he did mine. So.
So anyway, we appreciate it.
I really got to
Thank you.
thank Terry.
It means a lot to have you here tonight. Thank you very much for coming and being a part of this. It's really an honor to be here, to have her here with us.
Best of luck to everybody that's
Oh,
going
yeah.
after this Saturday, and
Most
I'll be
definitely.
here to watch and cheer you on and congratulate whoever wins.
Yeah, that'll be a big deal for everybody.
I think so. It's gonna be cool.
So we thank you all for being here for that. Then we're gonna do the news and everything. Then we'll.
Oh, let me get out of the way. You want me to run the show?
No, you can.
Oh,
You do
no,
just as good a job as I can.
I hear Al's got
Well-
something good to talk about.
Well, we're gonna get Atley come over here and run the show.
You
Dave.
need to. That boy's good.
It makes Scott out.
Hey,
I'm telling you.
that young
Kinda
man,
like he drives.
that young man speaks well.
How many trophies you got at home?
Well,
Al, you're up.
I would have to say in the 20s or 30s.
Behave yourself.
All right. Well, I'll get this out of your way.
Thank you for bringing it out,
Chris, thank you.
Thank you a
Really
lot,
welcome.
man. We
Thank you.
appreciate
It
it.
means a lot, buddy.
Just got to make it.
What
from
an honor.
Now to Saturday without breaking it.
Terry needs to.
Yeah.
We got it. Come on in here and sit down now.
Come on, Scott. Come over here and sit down with us. Atley, thank you for being here, man. Appreciate you being with us tonight, too. Maybe soon you'll be getting one of those big trophies, too.
Great job.
Hopefully.
Save me one more slice, so.
All right.
All right. That was truly an honor to be a part of that. And so
How many family members will be here Saturday night.
She told me that
Put your foot up there. There you go.
Bryce and all of them are going to be here. All that, all their that the name Danny, Chris. I think it's going to be a whole bunch of them. I mean, a whole.
You know what they should do? Autograph the trophy
Well, yeah, that would be
before they give it away.
That would be
I kept looking at it and I kept realizing, there's a room for a lot of names on that thing. Let me ask her.
Hey, Terry. Al's got a question
I've got a suggestion
or a suggestion.
after I get an answer to my question.
Yes, sir.
How many family members will be here Saturday night?
All the kids, Christopher, his wife Brittany, my granddaughter, Alyssa, TJ. TJ will actually be racing. My two grandkids there, Shawn's other daughter Bree from Florida, his brother and sister-in-law, and I do believe nephew.
You know what you ought to do? All the family members should autograph that big red area in the middle. I bet you could all autograph it.
at least at least you and Christopher and all the
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool. That would.
That would be
That's
great.
just
We're open to thoughts. I mean,
that's
anything we can do,
I think it'd be cool too.
that would be
I
very
would
cool.
personally, I would think it would be much more meaningful for the winner if the family had been,
Signed on.
personally involved with it.
It's a good idea, Al.
Just think about it.
I'll throw it past the kids and see what they say.
Thank you, Terry.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
You all
you.
have a
We
good
appreciate
night.
we appreciate you being
Hopefully
here.
We'll see you Saturday.
We
We'll be
will.
here.
We'll be here.
All
Won't
right.
miss it for nothing.
Let's go with the Smith Wraps and Graphics Racing Roundup for this past weekend. We'll start out with the Cup Series. Bubba Wallace got his first win in the Cup Series. He was in the right place at the right time when the rains fell. And I know you got something to say about that.
I do.
All right, tell us a little bit what you got to say.
Can I point to the camera?
Yeah, report right to it.
I'm tired of people telling me in emails and texts and phone calls. I'm tired of you people claiming it's not a real win because it didn't go 500 miles. Crap.
what was it?
Crap on all of you people who don't believe that's a legitimate win. And I'll tell you why. Dale Earnhardt Sr., right? The guy that everybody loves beyond words, won rain-shortened races in his career. I looked it up.
Darrell Waltrip won range.
Dale Waltrip won rain races. Jeff Gordon won them. Dale Earnhardt Jr. won them. Rusty won them. Almost every driver in the last 50 years, which is as far back as I could go, every winner in the last 50 years basically had at least one rain-shortened win. So come off all this crap about it doesn't count, he didn't earn it. Of course he earned it.
And that what kills me is when somebody says something like that. He had to race to get to the point where he was at. So he can't have any thoughts about the rain or whatever. He was doing what he had to do to get where he was. So hey, that's the way the cookie crumbled, as somebody said the other day. So Bubba Wallace got the win.
Yeah, but I mean, it was pretty close to him. It wasn't like it was in the middle of the race, just a spur thing. I mean, he was leading and knew the rain was coming and held off Logano and who was coming on the outside there. He Christopher Bell? Was it Christopher Bell?
Yeah.
And went back and forth and stayed on the bottom. And I thought Christopher was going to get him there for a minute, but he kind of stalled out there. I mean, he did what he was supposed to do. And even then, I don't know if they would have passed him. I mean, you could say woulda, coulda, shoulda. That's a big word.
That's right. It doesn't really matter.
But the caution come out, and if we didn't have what was the the race not ended under caution ordeal, it'd have been over old school way.
Yeah.
So I mean, and there was no, and I will say too, it wasn't like that the rain. They just got a little bit of rain and just used it as an excuse to call it. It poured.
It rained all night.
It was soaked.
Friends of mine down there said it was raining Tuesday morning.
And then
There's no getting the racetrack back.
Even though it wasn't raining right at the time they called the race, that track was still soaking wet.
Yes.
And it was going to take
through 3 and 4
in excess of 2 hours to get it completely dry.
To do 3 laps.
Yeah, so
They
that
don't have lights there, so
so it doesn't make any difference to me. I think
that's all I wanted to say. I'm just tired of people claiming, and we all know. I think we all know why people hate him so much, and it's a shame because I've been around him 4 years now, 5 years, and I've never seen Bubba do anything to anybody that deserves a hatred that people are throwing his way.
It doesn't matter.
Kyle Busch has done more stuff this year to anger the NASCAR community than Bubba has in his whole career. So don't tell me that, well, I don't like Bubba because he roughed up my driver one night. Well, everybody roughs up somebody.
Yeah.
So don't come to me in email and fax and phone calls saying it shouldn't count as a win because it didn't go 500 miles.
I'm sure Richard, as many as he's had to won some under ring.
All of them did. Jeff Gordon did.
One of Darrell Waltrip's last wins was a rain shortened race at Pocono.
Darlington probably.
Was it Darlington?
Yeah. He won a Darlington rain race.
Who was it? Eric Almirola. His first race was in Charlotte.
And his second. He won 2 rain races.
It was at Charlotte. I thought it was at Talladega.
Daytona, one or the other.
All right,
Joey Logano's first win
was at New Hampshire.
New Hampshire, yeah.
So anyway.
All right, the Xfinity Series had a new winner this past weekend. Virginia boy Brandon Brown got the win, and that's another situation where he got to where he needed to be, and they couldn't help it. They cut it short.
I mean, for us, and I can't speak for everybody else because some people probably don't think of it. How cool was that for us? Hometown boy, Virginia, with a Virginia sponsor that's here, and to get the win.
It was a big deal. That was a really big deal. And
where is he from? I didn't know that
he's from Richmond somewhere.
No, he's from north of Richmond. He's a little north of Richmond.
Oh, okay. Good for him.
So, and in the truck series, they had another first-time winner.
Is that Jay Fogelman's son?
That's Jay Fogelman's son, Tate Fogelman. Jay Fogelman's son got the win.
Who is he driving for?
Nice Motorsports.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. Young's Motorsports.
Okay, that's even more impressive.
Young's Motorsports, because Nice was finished second. That's what it was. Anyway, so Tate Fogelman got the win and got the win with a very damaged truck. You see the truck, how bad
I didn't see the race.
Up at Salem, they ran the ARCA Series race at Salem this past weekend. Jesse Love got his first win, beat Ty Gibbs. Passed Ty Gibbs with, I think it was 5 or 6 laps left in the race or something like that. I'm not really positive on that. But he got the win. That's his first win.
That's pretty cool.
At Five Flags Speedway, they had the Blizzard Series race, the Blizzard 100. Chandler Smith got the win. Casey Roderick finished second. In the Alan Turner race, the Alan Turner 100, Troy Sawalik got the win, and Jet Nolan finished second. Up at Dominion Speedway, I don't have a listing of who all won all the other races, but I do know the mini stock race was won by Jesse Jones.
He probably let you make sure you knew that.
Well,
you should. They came here and tried to race again, or they did. They wouldn't let him run his car, but him and Big Mike and they all come here and
they were Dwight Nichols. Everybody did watch Dwight. Right?
Yeah, but they was tore up when they was down there. So by the time they got here,
the Florence Cars Tour race was won by Caden Honeycutt. The Smart Series race at Motor Mile was won by Brandon Ward. I think Bobby Labonte finished 5th in that race, and Hermie Sadler finished next to last. I wasn't trying to make a comment there. I was just, talking. Anyway, at Wyoming, New York, in the Super Stock Series they have that runs all over New York, the winner by a bumper on the last lap of that race. He was, I mean, I didn't think he had a shot, but he did. Garrett Zacharias got the win. And he also won the championship. So congratulations to Garrett and Garrett's family. I'm hearing RJ is getting a little better all along. He's still not, he's not out of a coma, but he's moving a little bit and he's responding. So that's a big deal there too. So, but thinking of all that kid's been through the last couple of weeks, he was able to go out and do what he did. That was pretty cool. Here at Langley Speedway this past weekend, in the late model race number 1, Brendan Butterbean Queen got the win. Late model race number 2, Justin Carroll. He's got that second race deal down pat.
Well,
I ain't kidding you. I'm not kidding you. I stood up here the other night and I was listening to all this other stuff. Everybody got they were getting a little pissed. Not these people. I'm not saying they were pissed, but there were some people down on pit road that were relaying their messages up here. They were not happy with this. At one point.
They fight for 8th place.
Exactly right. He just did get that 8th place because he passed that guy on that because he was nice with a lap or 2 to go. He was nice in the race because we were counting it. And he ended up 8th. And then he goes and wins the race. And of course,
and I thought Butterbean was going to get him because Butterbean got a good restart on the beginning of that. And went by a few cars on the outside and then got to his bumper and they run door to door for a little bit, or he got under him and I said, oh, he can eat his lunch because he'd ran him down so quick. And he held him off. So, got to give him credit for that.
Yeah. And I think, he's figured it out and he's figured the tire situation and how he needs to do that. So, hey, more power to him. In the Bando series, Aiden Milet got the win. My girl Phoenix Kimball took good care of me this weekend. Her family did. She finished 3rd in the race. First time I've ever seen her spin out was
qualifying. Did she watch me? Maybe that's why I did it.
Yeah, that's probably why you did it. All right. In the Legends Series, Spencer Saunders got the win. He beat Jacob Derrick. In the Grand Stocks.
You got to talk about the legends there with Spencer winning. So coming into the race, him and little Jacob
were
tied for points. So now he's got a 1-point lead going into the last race in 2 weeks. And that kid has been impressive. I mean, little Jacob, you got to get that kid. I mean, he's won some races. This is his rookie year. If he could pull it off, that's a big if. Beating Saunders, he's going to make you earn it. To be a rookie and to be the champion would be a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I agree. That would be unbelievable if he did get it. Robert Skinnell,
they'll get over it.
So anyway, in the Grand Stocks, Tim Wilson won. In the Virginia Sprint Series, Matt Mullins got the win.
That's pretty cool to see.
And he's going to run the.
Yes, he's running 18.
In the Enduros, Mikey Chin got the win. And in the Pro 6 race,
I heard that was a good race, Jack.
Travis Wall got the win.
Just barely, I heard.
And I understand there was going to be a protest for 2nd place.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because they could not figure out who was running the car and they finished 2nd. There was a whole lot of people
just
saying.
Wait till next time because I got 2 suits that look exactly alike and we're just both going to wear them. So then you never know who's going to be in it.
It was kind of funny. We were sitting up here and you qualified 2nd, and somebody hollered out, "Who's driving that car?"
Well, I thought we would have something for the pole or close to it. We felt like we had a decent car. They told me to put my nuts up on the dash, so I did. In the second lap, I just was too aggressive and spun it. And then they just said, "Hey, you got P2. Just come on down pit road. Don't worry about it." Which we did, and we were happy with that. We had a good run.
And I thought it was cool. You actually got close enough to touch bumpers with Travis Wall. but after you did that, he kind of went on down the road there.
Yeah, he was probably riding a little bit through the center of the race. I could tell we could gain on him. we'd run him down. We'd be a tenth faster than him, and then he would pick up and he'd be a tenth faster than me a few laps, and then he'd back off a little bit. But he's probably playing with us, which is fine.
I know Jason Machad was following along there in third place, going, "This can't be happening to me."
Well, I'm glad he wasn't so close because I cleared myself on turn 3 there on that last restart.
He had to be saying it because he looked up and see you in front of him,
Hey, he got a good look at that Performance Plus all night.
I ain't gonna go no farther than that. We'll hear about it for the next 3 weeks, so y'all hang on.
No, 2 weeks until Travis. His wins are over. We're gonna dethrone him the next race.
Okay. All right, driver of the week.
Did I win?
No, you're not eligible. Yeah. Even if you had gotten votes, you wouldn't have gotten that. So anyway, we're gonna give 2 drivers of the week this week. Again, Brandon Brown got the most votes for driver of the week, but he's in a different type of category than.
I think it's well deserved for a little team like his, and he's doing a good job. We had him on the show a few weeks ago. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's well deserved.
And the other one I'm going to give to Garrett Zacharias because, like we did with Danny Millard, I mean, this kid's been through a lot. I talked to him Dave Millard. I talked to him a lot at Martinsville when I was at Martinsville for the late model race. I talked to him a lot. I know he's been through a lot the last few weeks. He doesn't, he came to Martinsville to watch the race, and I know he probably didn't feel like he should be there because of his dad.
Mm-hmm.
But his dad's wish was, I want to see you win a championship, win the 2 championships. And he won the Chemung championship, and he won that the New York State championship. He's won, I think they said he won like 7 or 8 races this year. So he's accomplished everything his dad wanted him to accomplish. And I think for that reason only, I'm going to say it. I'm going to give it to Garrett Zacharias because I think he deserves every bit of it. So that's
he's a good kid.
He's a great kid.
Favoritism.
You can call it favoritism, whatever you want to call it, but
I can't say anything. I pulled it the other week.
But I'm gonna have to say he deserves it. Our driver of the month for last month went to Peyton Sellers. He gets the driver of the month last month.
Oh,
Jack's trying to steal it.
That's the only thing I need back.
I don't know what to do with it.
Jack, you are going to be in trouble.
Oh, Scott, it ain't the first time.
That's okay. If you find it, just leave it up here on the
okay.
Here, and
I'll find it. I'll put it
I'll
somewhere.
text you and let you know if we find it.
It's all good.
I'll put it
Well,
somewhere.
I'm not going to let you live this time. I got him. I'm going to chew his ass out.
I have a backup. But
Oh, here it is.
Damn it. I was hoping he was going to
Thank
get in
you.
trouble.
y'all be right.
Thank you, hon.
So Peyton Sellers gets the driver of the month for the month of September with winning the national championship, winning 2 track championships, and very deserving on his
Hey,
part.
wait a minute. Hey, Eddie Clark, are we talking about me? Eddie says he's eligible for barbecue from me when he gets the win. 2 weeks. Not this weekend, next weekend, Eddie.
All right, okay. And I also want to send our thoughts and condolences out to the Dickie Boswell family. Dickie Boswell passed away either yesterday or today. I'm not sure which one it was. So his son is a crew chief in the Xfinity series.
Rodney Brickhouse is watching.
I'm not talking to Rodney Brickhouse. He won't come on my show. I don't want to talk to him about it. So anyway, so Al, what have you been up to the last little bit?
I've been going to whatever races I can get to. Bristol, Richmond, going to Charlotte day after tomorrow, going to Martinsville at the end of the year, and might possibly go to Phoenix. But that's kind of.
You gonna drive all the way to Phoenix? Because you don't fly, right?
Actually, I take a train.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, if I went. I like to ride Amtrak. It's a fun ride.
Yeah. What was it? Fuzz? he's I don't know I forget what team they're working for now, but there's a couple that works in the Xfinity series. They were working for Derek Coate, being a coach driver and helping with the team, and he didn't fly anywhere, and he would take the train everywhere, but he finally said he would doing the NASCAR circuit. He had to fly, so they had given him some medication and knocking him out, and like he didn't wake up for like 2 days the first time or something because they told him to take one pill, and if you still don't feel like it, take the second one. Well, he just took both of them and was out.
John Madden never flew. The old Raider.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't like to fly. He had that big old motor coach.
Oh yeah, that was cool. He
The
had
Madden Cruiser, yeah.
it was a special built one for him. It was real.
I am hoping that by February next year, NASCAR will be back to practice qualifying like things used to be.
Normal.
Because it is, from a media perspective, it is awfully tough to talk to drivers when the only time, literally, the only time you can get to them one-on-one is as they get out of their car after a race.
Yeah,
But if they'll stand and talk to you, fine.
Well,
But if you want anything more than just, 1 or 2 word answers, forget it.
and you can't really get around to do any big interviews like sit down and talk with them because you can't go in the haulers.
Right.
That's tough.
And most of them come directly from their motor coach to their hauler to the car. And they hardly ever stop walking. You just can't.
Well, no, a lot of them come straight from the motor coach. Don't even go by the hauler. They don't even go by the hauler anymore because they just go right out to the track.
But I think NASCAR has come to reason that we need to let our sponsors and our VIP guests, and we need these people to be able to go in and meet the driver they're paying a lot of money to sponsor.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping next year we'll be back to 18 to 20 to 25 like it used to be.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
But I've only went to maybe 8 races last year. Be about the same 8 this year. So,
And you can't really have the only time you can have a real interview or ask questions is in a Zoom conference or whatever, and that's tough to have to deal with that.
well, the problem there is if I want to ask you a question and I don't want him to hear it, I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like he works for one paper, I work for another, and I ask you 2 or 3 questions about something behind the scenes, and he's thinking, must be something going on.
Right.
So it's tough. It has impacted my
Christopher.
revenue stream significantly.
Okay. Christopher, it was our honor, man. We appreciate you giving us the opportunity to showcase the trophy for the first time, and think Terry was a big deal.
I was really happy to see Terry when she showed up tonight. I mean, that was, that when I talked to her, when I sent her a message, she said, "Let me think about it a little while before I decide."
I was shocked.
And I was thinking, okay, I never pushed it. I never said anything else to her. And when she walked in tonight, I'm thinking, that's an honor, too, to have her come out and be a part of this. And that was truly a big deal for us. Well, I hate to say it, but that's our show for tonight because we're already way past what we normally do.
Yeah.
Let me say one more thing.
Okay, say one more thing.
It is unconscionable that Larry Lauterbach, do you know Larry Lauterbach?
I've heard of him. I don't know
racer.
him. I don't know him.
It's unimaginable to me that Larry Lauterbach from Portsmouth, Newport News, is not in the Virginia Sport Hall of Fame when just 2 weeks ago he was named to the Canadian Sports Hall of Fame because he won a bunch of boat races up there when he was younger. And Larry Lauterbach was recently named to 2 halls of fame in Canada for boat racing, but the people in Virginia Beach don't have any feel for him. So anyway, that's my rant.
I don't know whether they have a real feel for racing.
Well, his father's in it though.
Yeah, I don't.
I think
Larry's
Ricky Road is
father's
over
in the
there.
Hall of
Well,
Fame.
it's in Portsmouth, I think, is where the
Virginia Beach now, but the Hall of Fame.
well the local Tidewater Hall of Fame thing that they have. It's in
Well, he's talking about
Portsmouth.
the
It's in
Virginia.
Virginia Beach.
But he's
They
talking about
recently
Virginia.
moved
Oh, really?
from
Oh.
Portsmouth.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I just
But Larry's won like 12 national championships, got 22 or 23 world records. You got to get it done as Hall of Fame. You got to give the man his due.
and then before we go, just want to reiterate with Dave, we're all thinking about him. Can't wait for him to get better. He's going to be transferred soon. I don't know when, down to Atlanta to Shepherd Center in Atlanta, Georgia, and they have to fly him down there. So any little bit that you could donate, please do. There's a GoFundMe page. I'm sure Jack will put it on the Jack Dotson's page. I've shared it. Please share it. And if there's something that you want to do personally, you can send it to me or give it to me or Jack, and we will make sure it gets to the right people. The whole Millard family, we love you guys, and we're behind you. If you need anything, please let us know. I know I talked to Debbie a little bit last night, back and forth, and she's a strong woman.
And of course, being in Atlanta, that's going to be a long ways from home, and people have to do many different things to be able to be a part of. It's going to be a long trip. Every time they want to go see Dave or whatever, it's going to be a long trip down there. If I can be of any help, I'm not working very often anymore, but I can do what I can to help anybody that needs help to get back and forth to Atlanta. I'll be glad to help them. Just all you got to do is give me a call. I would love to, help out any way I can. I'll be here for you. Scott's here for you. We'll make it work. So we're thinking about you. We love y'all, and please keeping them in your thoughts and prayers, and we will too. And hopefully we'll be talking to Dave again real soon.
Absolutely.
When he gets him on the wheel and help Scott. He needs all the help he can get.
I do that.
All right, next week's show, Landon Pimpleton is going to be here with us. He won the big race at Martinsville, the big late model race at Martinsville, the Valley Star Credit 300. I couldn't think of it real quick, but anyway, he'll be with us. I can't think of the kid's name. He's another Bando driver, but he's I can't think of his name, Schwitz or something. They did raced out here, but I think for the first time this past weekend. He's been racing down at Wake or whatever. He's going to be with us by video, and I got somebody else lined up, but I haven't got a definite on him yet. So anyway, so that's our show.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you guys next week.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Al.
Glad to be here.